Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a video to show how to make blue eyes pop. So here is Carrie. She is my beautiful face model today. She has some of the most beautiful blue eyes I've ever seen. But I'm going to start by priming her skin today. I'm using the Too Faced HangoveRx primer just to really hydrate her skin. That's always #1 for me. And then I went in with the Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer just in the T-zone area to fill any pores, but she has perfect skin, so I didn't really have to do that. Now I'm using a Duo Fiber brush just to tap on my foundation. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Porcelain. And then to buff it in, I'm going to use the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. Just using tapping motions. I love using a sponge, and I am using this dampened. Just make sure you get underneath the jaw, down the neck, in the crease of the nose, all those spots that you might forget. And she wanted me to do cream contour her, so I'm using the Smashbox step-by-step contour sticks. This one is in the shade Bronze, and just running that around the perimeter of her face. I'm using a small Duo Fiber brush. I do tend to use smaller brushes for the eyes and the face just because I like to be really precise. So we're just warming up her skin with this product. Doesn't have to be perfect because we will still go in and powder, highlight, and contour, so no worries. Just gives it a little bit more definition, as well as it makes it last a lot longer as well. She is crazy. Now I'm taking the contour shade of the step-by-step contour sticks and just chiseling out the face a little bit more. Mostly on the tops of the forehead, underneath the cheekbone, and right here under the chin, just to give a more defined jawline. And again, blending that in with that same Duo Fiber brush. I look so weird upside down. Hard at work, hard at work. I'm just going to blend that in with the beauty sponge just to make sure there's no harsh lines. Now to fill in the brows, I'm taking the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe just to do a general fill of the brows using a little hair-like strokes. Nothing too crazy yet. I'm going to spoolie that out and take the same brow pencil but in the shade Ash Brown, a little bit darker, and just really define the tail and the arch of the brow to give more definition. I'm adding a little bit of brow powder. This is the Anastasia brow powder in the shade Taupe, just to fill it in a little bit more. And now I'm cleaning it up around the brows using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW15. I love doing this to the brows. It just really emphasizes the shape. And I'm going to drag that concealer down the lid as a base. It's going to cancel any redness on the eye. It's a great primer for eyeshadows. I'm going to blend that in with my sponge. And I'm also taking the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour extended eye base as well. And it really helps shadows stay on. I'm just going to set that with Beaches and Cream by Makeup Geek. I'm using all Makeup Geek shadows today just to make it easy to follow. And then for my transition shade, I'm using Peach Smoothie. And I'll work that into the crease. Doesn't have to be perfect, it'll just help our other shades blend much better. Now I'm taking Crème Brulee by Makeup Geek and just deepening up the crease area with a fluffy brush. I believe this one is the MAC 217. And then with a smaller precise brush, I'm taking Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek and just kind of accentuating the crease and also the outer V. So I'm placing it with a stiffer brush and then going in with a fluffier brush to blend that in. I love Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek. It's such a perfect shade. If you don't have it, you need to get it. I'm just adding a little bit more product with a small fluffy brush, just so it's really opaque. Now I'm taking a pencil brush with the shade Mocha, which is a really dark brown shade, and really defining that outer V. This just added a lot of dimension, and I really love the way it turned out. This adds a little pop. Now I'm taking some more of that MAC eye base just on the lid, and it will really help the pigment adhere. Now we're adding the pigment. This is Copper Sparkle by MAC. And I sprayed my brush with Fix Plus and just went straight on the lid and just blending that around. Wetting the brush will make it look a lot more metallic and also allow you to have a lot less fallout. I've still had some, but it's fine. We can fix that, no biggie. Now I'm just using my Talon to run through her eyelashes and get all the fallout out, and just wiping that off with a makeup wipe. Now I'm taking the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW15 again, and running that under her eyes in the upside down triangle kind of shape. And this is going to highlight and also conceal. This really gives a lifted look to the face and just a little bit more dramatic, which I like. Excuse my ponytail, I have long hair and it's always in the way. Just make sure you blend those edges into your foundation. Now I'm taking this down the center of the nose, in between the brows, and also in the chin. Now I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. Just around the nose, I like to contour with this shade on lighter skin tones, like myself. Just blending that in again with my beauty sponge. And I lost the clip of me setting this with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I think my battery died, so we're going to pretend that's what we're doing here, but I was really just adding more product right here. But that's what I used to set her under eyes. I did use the baking method, which just means adding more powder, and then we'll dust it off later. So for bronzer, I took the KatVonD Shade Light palette in the shade Shadowplay and just warmed up her skin. Not adding too much product, but just really setting that cream bronzer that we already used earlier. It looks like I'm manhandling her face, but I'm really not, I promise. And then I used a little contour brush, just a little stiffer with the same shade, just to really define the contour areas, which I like to do right under the cheekbones and on the top of the forehead and a little bit on the sides of the nose. And under the chin always. Now I'm just wiping off that extra powder under her eyes, making sure it all blends in with the face. Now I took some extra powder and baked under her contour as well, just to give a really defined look. We're going for dramatic here, people. So I'm using the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, which I thought went perfect with this look. For the lower lash line, I first went in with Peach Smoothie, then went in with Crème Brulee, and then went in with our pencil brush with Cocoa Bear. Just kind of like the same shades we used on the lower lash line, but they tie everything in. Love the way it looked. Now for highlighting, I'm taking a mixture of Champagne Pop and Pearl by Becca Cosmetics. Love this combo. I use this all the time and it looked great on her as well. As you can see, I take my highlighting very seriously. This was an extremely long clip. I like to use a more precise brush on the nose and on the Cupid's bow, just to give a little bit more product. I love a glowy face. Just make sure that's all blended. Now I'm bathing her face with the Max Fix Plus spray. This is a necessity to me. If you're going to be layering all these products, you've got to use a setting spray. And then for lashes, I'm adding the Koko lashes in the style Diva, which look beautiful. Look at her eyes, guys. I mean, come on. I'm so happy with the way this turned out. For the lips, I used a Colourpop Lippie stick in the shade Cookie and place a MAC lip gloss in the shade Patient Please right in the center. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to see something like this in the future with maybe a girl with brown eyes and what would make brown eyes pop, just let me know in the comments. If you learned something from this video, or if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Always subscribe to my channel to see my next videos. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. I'm going to take a few pictures if that's okay.
Jess.
Little baby. Good job!
He loves that.
You're like blending with the smallest little blending brush just to make it so perfect. Let me just grab 7 different colors to make this one color, and it's gonna be so blended.
Yeah.
You stink. You've been farting and I smell him. Oh my god, I just saw it.
Ah! You got poop on your finger?
No. Vanessa, you want this little package here?
It's bad. You're gonna tell me after you ask.
They're all bad. Every one. I'm still like, oh my god.
God, it smells.
It's so bad. I broke the seal on that shit.
Looks good though.
I know.
Yeah.
Every time she like stops and I open my mouth, I'm like, what? Like the blue. Looks like super. You should see this shit in the camera though, Ness.
I did see it.
Was it amazing? Did you want to lick my eyeball? Because I do. I gotta open my mouth for you to do that. I have to. I can't.
Carrie, you're the worst.
I can't stop.
Can't.
I don't think I'm feeling this.